My first traveling abroad. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Emily who dreamed about traveling abroad. She lived in a small town nestled in the countryside, surrounded by lush green fields and rolling hills. Emily often listened to her grandparents' stories about their adventures abroad when they were young. One day, Emily decided to turn her dream into reality. She saved up enough money from her part-time job at the local bakery to buy a plane ticket to France. Excited about her upcoming journey, she spent hours reading travel guides and learning about the French culture and language. Finally, the day arrived for Emily to embark on her adventure abroad. With butterflies in her stomach, she boarded the plane and flew across the ocean to Paris. As soon as she stepped off the plane, she was enchanted by the sights and sounds of the bustling city. During her time abroad, Emily explored famous landmarks like the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre Museum. She sampled delicious French cuisine and made friends with locals who taught her about their customs and traditions. As her trip came to an end, Emily realized how much she had learned and grown during her time abroad. With a heart full of memories, she returned home with a newfound appreciation for different cultures and a determination to continue exploring the world. Vocabulary. About. The word about has several meanings depending on the context in which it is used. Here are some common meanings and examples. Approximately or around.
The meeting will start at about 9 o'clock. There were about 20 people at the party.
Concerning or regarding.
We need to talk about your performance. What do you think about the new project?
Moving around or in the vicinity of something.
He was walking about the park. The kids were playing about in the yard.
In the vicinity or near.
There are no stores about here. Is there a gas station about?
Abroad. Abroad refers to being in or to a foreign country. Here are some examples.
She traveled abroad for her vacation. Studying abroad can be a life-changing experience. Many students choose to go abroad for their university education. He has business meetings abroad frequently. Living abroad gives you a different perspective on life.
Nestle, nestled. The word nestled is a verb that means to settle or lie comfortably within something, often with a feeling of warmth or security. It's commonly used to describe something fitting snugly into a surrounding space. Here are some examples.
The cabin was nestled among the trees, providing a secluded getaway for the couple. The town was nestled in a valley between two mountains, sheltered from the harsh winds. The cozy bookstore was nestled in the heart of the city, inviting readers to escape into its pages. The tiny kitten nestled into the crook of her arm, purring softly. The old church was nestled at the end of a winding road, its spire reaching toward the sky.
Surround. Surround is a verb that means to encircle or enclose something completely. Here are some examples.
The garden was surrounded by a tall fence to keep out animals. The children surrounded the teacher, eager to hear the story. Mountains surrounded the small village, creating a picturesque landscape. The castle was surrounded by a moat filled with water. She felt surrounded by love and support from her friends and family.
Lush. Lush is an adjective used to describe something that is abundant, green, and thriving, especially in terms of vegetation or plant life. Here are some examples.
The garden was lush with colorful flowers and greenery. After the rain, the fields became lush and vibrant. She enjoyed taking walks in the lush forest near her house. The tropical island was known for its lush rainforests and crystal-clear waters. The vineyard produced wines from grapes grown in lush vineyards.
Field. The word field has several meanings depending on the context. Here are some of the common meanings. An expanse of open land.
The farmer planted crops in the field behind his house. Children played soccer in the field.
A specific area of study or expertise.
She is an expert in the field of astrophysics. He works in the field of marketing.
A domain or sphere of activity.
The company operates in the field of technology. Her career is in the field of healthcare.
A location for military activity.
Soldiers train in the field before deployment. Tanks maneuver across the field during the exercise.
A unit of data in computing.
Each record in the database has fields for name, age, and address. The spreadsheet includes fields for product names, prices, and quantities.
Chills. Chills typically refers to feelings of coldness or shivering, often accompanied by a sensation of coldness running down the spine. It can also refer to a sensation of fear or unease. Here are some examples. Physical chills.
The icy wind gave me chills as I walked home. She felt chills down her spine when she entered the dark, abandoned house.
Emotional chills.
The horror movie sent chills down my spine. The eerie silence in the haunted house gave me chills.
Turn into. Turn into typically means to change or transform into something else. Here are some examples. Physical transformation.
The caterpillar will eventually turn into a butterfly. If you leave milk out of freezer for too long, it will turn into sour cream.
Metaphorical transformation.
After years of hard work, he turned his small business into a successful company. His anger turned into forgiveness after he understood the other person's perspective.
Upcoming. Upcoming means something that will happen soon or in the near future. Here are some simple examples. Events.
The upcoming party is next Saturday. Our upcoming field trip is to the zoo.
Movies, books, or releases.
The upcoming movie looks exciting. I can't wait to read the upcoming book by my favorite author.
Occasions or holidays.
The upcoming holiday is Christmas. We're planning a barbecue for the upcoming weekend.
Spend. Spend typically means to use or expend money, time, or effort on something. Here are some examples. Money.
I spent $50 on groceries yesterday. She spends a lot of money on clothes.
Time.
We spent the afternoon at the park. He spends hours playing video games.
Effort.
She spent weeks studying for the exam. They spent a lot of effort planning the party.
Guide. Guide can mean to show or lead the way, or to provide assistance or advice. Here are some examples. Show or lead the way.
The tour guide showed us around the city. Can you guide me to the nearest bus stop?
Provide assistance or advice.
The teacher guides the students through their assignments. Example: his experience will guide. His experience will guide you in making the right decision.
Bored. Bored has multiple meanings. Here are some of them along with examples.
He nailed the sign to the board. She used a whiteboard to write down her ideas.
A group of people who manage or oversee something.
The board of directors met to discuss the company's finances. The school board decided to implement a new curriculum.
Accommodation and meals provided in exchange for payment.
We stayed at a bed and breakfast where the room and board were included. The students pay for room and board when they live in the dormitory.
A surface or platform for standing, walking, or working on.
The workers laid a board across the stream to walk on. She used a board as a makeshift table while camping.
Bustling. Bustling typically describes a place full of activity, noise, and excitement. Here are some examples. City or town.
New York City is always bustling with people and traffic. The market was bustling with shoppers on Saturday morning.
Marketplace or street.
The bustling marketplace was filled with vendors selling fruits and vegetables. We walked down the bustling street, admiring the shops and cafes.
Workplace or office.
The office was bustling with employees preparing for the upcoming project deadline. During lunch hour, the cafeteria becomes bustling with colleagues chatting and eating.
Event or gathering.
The concert venue was bustling with fans eagerly awaiting the performance. The park was bustling with families enjoying the sunny weather.
Landmark. Landmark typically refers to a notable or recognizable feature of a landscape or a significant event in history. Here are some examples. Physical landmark.
The Statue of Liberty is a famous landmark in New York Harbor. The Eiffel Tower is a well-known landmark in Paris.
Historical landmark.
The signing of the Declaration of Independence is a landmark event in American history. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg is a landmark in the history of communication.
Navigational landmark.
The lighthouse served as a vital landmark for ships navigating the rocky coastline. Mountains often serve as natural landmarks for travelers crossing vast expanses of land.
Cultural landmark.
The Great Wall of China is a cultural landmark that symbolizes China's rich history and heritage. The Taj Mahal is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a landmark of Indian architecture.
Sample. Sample can refer to a small portion or example taken from a larger whole to represent the whole. Sample, noun.
The chef offered a small sample of the new dessert to customers. We collected water samples from different locations to test for pollution.
Sample, verb.
The market researcher sampled opinions from a diverse range of people. The musician sampled beats from old records to create a new song.
Sampled, past tense/participle.
The scientists sampled various soils to study their composition. The DJ sampled vocals from classic songs for the remix.
Thought. The word thought can have several meanings, but it generally refers to the process of thinking, or an idea or opinion produced by thinking. Here are some examples. Process of thinking.
Deep in thought, she pondered her next move. I paused for a moment to gather my thoughts before speaking.
Idea or opinion.
I had a thought about how to improve our project. His thoughts on the matter were quite insightful.
Past tense of think, verb.
She thought about her family while she was away. He thought carefully before making a decision.
Grow. The word grow typically means to increase in size, develop, or become larger over time. Here are some examples. Increase in size.
Plants need sunlight and water to grow. Children grow quickly during their early years.
Development.
She grew more confident as she gained experience. The company grew rapidly after introducing a new product.
Become larger over time.
The city grew from a small town into a bustling metropolis. Her interest in photography grew over the years.
Found. The word found has several meanings depending on its usage. Establish or create a business, organization, institution, etc.
He found a new company last year. The organization was founded in 1995.
Discover or come across by chance.
While hiking, we found a hidden waterfall. She found a rare coin buried in her backyard.
Base or establish something on or upon.
Their friendship is found on mutual respect and trust. The decision was found on solid evidence.
To melt and form metal or glass in a mold.
The jeweler found the gold into a beautiful ring. The glassblower found the molten glass into delicate vases.
Listen and practice. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Emily who dreamed about traveling abroad. She lived in a small town nestled in the countryside, surrounded by lush green fields and rolling hills. Emily often listened to her grandparents' stories about their adventures abroad when they were young. Finally, the day arrived for Emily to embark on her adventure abroad. With butterflies in her stomach, she boarded the plane and flew across the ocean to Paris. As soon as she stepped off the plane, she was enchanted by the sights and sounds of the bustling city. During her time abroad, Emily explored famous landmarks like the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre Museum. She sampled delicious French cuisine and made friends with locals who taught her about their customs and traditions. As her trip came to an end, Emily realized how much she had learned and grown during her time abroad. With a heart full of memories, she returned home with a newfound appreciation for different cultures and a determination to continue exploring the world.